Hello, Matt aka Lethal Frag here. Gonna be doing some commentary on Zoo. Had a great game of domination here. We ended up winning the game 201 to 196. It was real close right down to the end. We jumped off to a pretty good lead to start with, but let it slip. And they held two for a while and actually ended up taking the lead very late in the game, which made for an exciting finish. So for my class setup, I have Silence FAMAS, Lightweight, Marathon, Steady Aim, Concussion, and C4. Sometimes I like to put on C4 in Domination. I especially like to do it on new maps or maps that aren't used very often because people sometimes aren't looking for the C4. They're just trying to capture the flag. They don't know where the good placements are yet. Plus it's fun to blow up campers with C4. It's a proven fact. So this map is really massive. If you look at it from the overhead view, it's just like a big ring and everything funnels into this kind of fountain area. Just standing at the fountain where the B flag is, there's at least 8 different areas you can be looked at from. So no matter where you are on the map, there's a building or passageway or something that leads back to that middle area. Played a couple games of team deathmatch on this map as well. It's a little bit different. There's a lot more flanking around the sides. But especially in Domination, just because it's such a long way from the A to the C flag, if you start running from A and you try to go to C, it's going to take you about 30-45 seconds just to get over to the other flag. Which forces even more action at B because it's the quickest flag to get to no matter where you spawn. There's all sorts of crazy buildings in here. There's an aquarium, the big mountains, a bear exhibit. There's so many different passageways and different areas you can run down to. There's a passageway on each side that leads to the fountain right here. There's a bridge on the other side that looks down on B. There's a couple camp buildings. It's just so much action right there. It's pretty amazing. Didn't have the greatest kill death game in this game. I went 28 and 31, but I got 2,800 something score, which is good, and we won the game, which is what I really care about. You see we have a 3 cap here. This is my favorite time in Domination because the spawns get crazy when you 3 cap, and there's so many opportunities for defense and to put yourself in really good position to get kills. Because as soon as you see them take one, you pretty much know where they spawned and which way they're coming from. It's kind of hard to judge on the new map because I'm pretty turned around here. I think this is probably the 3rd game I played on Zoo. Still didn't quite have my bearings yet, but after looking in the theater, you just realize how immense this map is and how tactical it is, especially in team deathmatch. People are always going to go for the center, of course, but there's a lot of ways to circle around and circumvent your way through the map. I think it's pretty well designed. I'd definitely rather be spawning on the A side than the C side. And once again, just looking at B, everything leads to B. Say this is the highest scoring map for Domination out of the new maps out of the Domination I played. Probably played 3 or 4 games of Domination on each map and produced a pretty consistent score on this one every time, as well as seeing a higher score for my teammates. Some of the other maps like Convoy can get kind of campish, I guess, since the B flag is right in the middle between the sign there and the bridge. Just a big snipe fest for the entire game. So you really have to go for some action on that one. Whenever I play new maps or maps I'm not very good at on Domination, I just keep trying to run for the flags and you eventually figure out where you're getting shot from and what's going on. But the best way to learn a new map is just to start running around like crazy. If you hang back and you try to camp it out and put together like the perfect game, you don't really learn the map and the nuances of it very well, like what goes where and shortcuts to get the places you want to go. You're more focusing on one area. I think you're really better off running around and dying a few times to learn the layout of the map. And of course you can go in the theater mode and look around. I always do that on new maps. It's very helpful. you kind of just get a general sense of what's going on. Even if you don't know where you're going, you can notice landmarks and which way to go from there. That little sixth sense moment there. I didn't even see that guy in the minimap. I just whipped around because I noticed we were both facing the one way. Almost turned out to be great. Alright, so here they've been holding B for a while, and I realized that I gotta go get the third flag because they're just too hunkered down at B. The only way we're gonna force some action on B is if we cap A. Not sure how that guy died, but I'll take it. Yeah, if the other team's holding two consistently on you and you just can't get B, which is almost always going to be the flag you're going to be going for because it's closer to the place where you spawn, you should try to go around and get that back flag. And if you're playing on a team, get at least one or two other people to come with you and try to capture that back flag. It'll at least flip the spawns around and kind of adjust the flow of the game. If you just stay at your flag and keep running for B and don't make a group effort for the back flag, usually doesn't end well for you. Those are the kind of games that the people that go for Chopper Gunner and Dogs on Domination dream for, because everybody's just running for the flag and they just wait there and pick them off. You see, I die a considerable amount of times in this game, but it's definitely worth it. It's a great win. I really like the games that go right down to the wire in Domination. The games that take almost a full 12 minutes. It's when you see really big score games. This one was really competitive. I mean, they defended on us quite a bit. Each team had a player with 3,000 plus and a couple with 2,000 plus, 2,500 plus. So it was a real fun game of Domination. I think a good game for everybody. Though I probably would have been pretty pissed if I was on the losing end of this, though we had the advantage for most of the game. The C flag's probably the easiest to capture out of all of them. I'll like hit with some grenades here, but it's not too many places it can be shot from. I mean, A has areas above and around it, and we've already talked about B and how nuts that is. But if you're persistent, you'll get there, and as you see, my teammate there is going for the flag as well, and we appreciate that. Even though I died there, we got the flag back, which is what we needed at this point. Lots of interesting posters. I've seen a couple that aren't duplicates. If you look around the map, there's a lot of little goodies in here. Not as many as on Convoy, but there's definitely some little things in here pretty cool. You see on these maps, they really took the graphics up a notch from the previous maps or any previous Call of Duty. If you go zoom in on stuff, it's really, really crisp and you can see everything. Though I think when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, they're going to have to take the visuals to another level to compete with games like Battlefield. Because I think they're really going to set a new standard for FPS, and we'll see what happens from there. Call of Duty's been king for a really long time, and we'll see how long that lasts. I really enjoy Call of Duty, but if another game comes along and blows it out of the water, I'll be there. And this chopper they called in really messed us up, and I was kind of angry I wasn't level 30 yet, because I would have shot that down, but it really took the wind out of us. It really stopped us from getting B or really going anywhere. Now we get 3 capped, and we're in trouble here. And they got us both right there. This is a perfect example of how you give up a game of Domination. We really should have had this one, but we were too busy running around to defend 2, and we needed to. Now you see they're very camped out on B. Floor campers, noob tubers. Just what you gotta deal with when you play Domination. It's the way the game's played. Been debating setting up a flak jacket class for this, but I like being fast. Normally I'd use a submachine gun for playing Domination, but on a new map like this, I don't know how big they're going to be or what the angles are like, so I usually switch over to a more standard gun like the FAMAS, so I know I can get a long range shot if I need to, because submachine guns just do not cut it at long range. though the speed boost of using a submachine gun is pretty significant when you're playing domination. Definitely good for business.
Enemy spy plane incoming.
This is the first really good game of domination I've had in a while, and by that I don't mean score-wise, I mean really close, competitive, and really good job done by both teams to make a stand for the flags. They have a really good run right here in the middle. I thought we had this game for sure, and they just pulled it out.
Don't quit now. Losing A. Enemy spy plane.
See, now it's crunch time. If we don't capture a flag right here, we're in trouble.
Securing Bravo.
Alright, well, I'm about out of stuff to say, so I really hope you enjoyed this, and be doing some more commentary on the new map soon, as well as some walkthroughs and Easter eggs that I can find. Found a couple on this map that were pretty funny. Alright, frag out.